Good evening and welcome to our Tuesday Night Live. We're so glad you're here. This live will begin shortly, and we're excited to share this journey with you. This is a space of kindness and encouragement, so let's be welcoming to everyone looking to better themselves. If you have questions, drop them in the chat or use the super chat to make sure it gets addressed. Thank you for being a part of our community. Let's make it a great night. Good evening, everybody. It is Tuesday night, so you know what that means. Tuesday Night Live. I'm Dustin. This is Chandra. She's taking a shower. She'll be done in a little bit. She's a little slow. So my goal is to try to keep it together till she gets down here so she can talk. She's better at handling this type of stuff than me. It's been a rough one. Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of pauses tonight. So anyway. So far, I've been successful on day 4 of BBB&E. That's a plus, right? Been a nice success for that. I haven't weighed myself or anything like that. I'm not really concerned about that part of it. But I haven't gone and got ice cream yet. So I think that's a plus. Trying. You all being here is hugely important to me, and I know she would love that you guys are here too. We can't forget Brian. We have to support Brian. I can't even begin to imagine what he's going through. I have been in contact with him. I texted him earlier today, told him what's going on, or he knows what's going on. You know what I mean? Just told him, that we love him and that he's family, and that when he's ready to reach out, anything he needs, let us know. Let me know. Let anybody know. He's gonna need it. Last week, I went down to Nashville and hung out with Chris and Ash, and I had planned to drop by and see her on my way back. But I was kind of battling a little bit of cold or whatever from whatever the girl brought home, and I was sniffling and kind of coughing, and I didn't want to bring that to her, and I knew that she had been doing better as far as what she had been posting, that she had been feeling a lot better, and I definitely didn't want to drop by and see her and give her whatever it was that she may have had a harder time handling than me. And I thought I sent her a message. It was in my car, and I was doing the whole talk to text thing, saying he send message to Jen Delaney and let her know that I wasn't gonna stop by because I wasn't feeling the best, and it didn't go through, and I didn't notice that, and it's always that kind of thing that sticks with you when something like this happens too. It's like you always think there's going to be more time. I thought that she's going to be at the March 8th meetup with us when Hungry Heath and Shelly and everybody comes up, and we're going to be hanging out. And so, I mean, she's not now, um, but that's kind of where your mind goes. And it's kind of crazy because you think about the impact this community has. You think about the people that you meet, and I kind of joke sometimes about this kind of stuff. I joke, that I have friends who live, 20 minutes away that I can't get to meet me for lunch, but I have people who will drive from states away to have dinner with me. And Jen and Brian were one of those people. They would come and just come to have dinner. And, and Cindy and Brian and Andy's done it. And, so many of you have come and just had dinner with us. And it's just a phenomenal thing about this community that you meet somebody and you don't even realize like how important each of you are going to be. I never when I started this YouTube channel, it was never my intention really. I mean, obviously to grow and and put out videos and recipes and try to help other people. And I never really understood what community was. And it took me about 2 years doing the channel before community became something that I could successfully say that I was a part of. And that was something that I was missing those first 2 years. And it really came down to Jackie, who lived here in Indy and was a part of a Facebook group that she ran a Facebook group that I was in. And it didn't get a lot of posts, but one day she just happened to post that she's going to be doing a meetup at BW3's down the street from where I live. And Shannon and I went. It was on a weekend. This is before Chandra started doing her weekend option. And met Jackie and Dawn and Mike, hashtag more Mike, um, Emily, James, Jen Lucas, Betraya, so many wonderful people. And then the next time we had a meetup is when I want to say the next meetup we had is when I met Jen Delaney. And like I said, you just never know when you're going to meet people who change your life. You never know when you go do something that's going to change your life for the better, for the worse. But I mean, in this instance, this community has been immensely supportive, and you can't ask for anything better than that. Like, obviously, as time goes on, we'll probably have more instances like this, unfortunately. But at least I know with the community that we have that there's a support. There is the support that that's so very valuable. And let's go ahead and see who all is here. Let's see. Carrie's here. Thank you for being here, Carrie. Sorry for your loss in Jen Delaney. I'm in a Zoom right now to help write a federal resume. Well, good luck with that. Resumes are difficult. I would suggest ChatGPT. I use it for a lot of stuff. I was going to make some coffee before this started because I've already had my coffee for the day, but it's either a big glass of whiskey or some coffee, and I think coffee is probably the better choice. Sharon is here. Thank you for being here, Sharon. I appreciate you very much. Carnivore K is here. Thank you, Carnivore K, for being here. Shauna says, my lower back hurts so much today. PT killed me yesterday. I think the longer the day goes, the more it hurts. Well, relax. And hopefully you've got some happy pills to help you. I don't know what they're giving you now. Maybe ibuprofen at the least. Amy is here. Thank you for being here, dear. Carrie says, rowing the boat up to the live stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. And Kitchen Witch is here. Got my coffee and butter. I think that's what that looks like. It's awful small on my screen. Oh, yeah, same. My heart hurts so much today. I got a Friday lost triple shot. Yeah, just crazy. Just hold your loved ones extra tight tonight. Make sure everybody knows that you love them. I love all of you. Without you guys, this would be even more devastating. Lynette's here. Thank you for being here, dear. I appreciate you very much. Evelyn, thank you for being here, Evelyn. I appreciate you. Evelyn is one of those people that I met at the first KPL, and I think her testimonial at KPL is the embodiment of what it means to be in this community, and knowing that you're not alone. And I think that's I think that is one of the most invaluable or the most valuable things. I can't talk, and my apologies on that, but it's just one of the most important and valuable things that you can have is community, knowing that you're not alone. Barbara's here. Thank you, Barbara, for being here. Sorry. Well, thank you so much. I mean, it's not just me. We all lost somebody fantastic today, and it's crazy to think that she's gone. And we celebrate her because she was a positive force, even at KPL this last year, with everything that she had going on, a big, huge, bright, shiny face and smiley face. And she was excited to get a picture with me because we had the same haircut. And nothing could keep her down. Nothing could make her not be in a good mood. And that just takes, for real celebration, Hey, Dollface. Here, let me get your microphone. I have the microphone for Shander. She's here.
I sat on something that crunched underneath.
I don't know what they did, but there was something in that coffee cup with Lauren's name on it. Just saying hi to people.
Hi, guys. Boy, it's been a rough week, huh?
Yeah.
It's only Tuesday.
This is the Mondayest Tuesday there ever was.
Certainly not the Tuesdayest Monday.
And when that says that my heart hurts today, Jinder was such a beautiful soul. Yeah, that's just instantly, you just loved her.
I'm turning the volume off on my phone.
Yeah, and thank you, Sherry. Okay, let's see. Sad day for sure.
Yeah.
I had a rough start.
I figured. I tried to get down here. I'm sorry, babe.
We got some super chats already.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Shauna, you're so sweet. Our broken hearts and tears are with you too. We're not alone. I'm glad. I don't know what we would do if we were alone.
I don't think you'd fare very well.
Oh. And thank you very much, Shauna. Christian DeLorme is in the house. I missed your Sunday show. Please take my 5 Canadian pesos as the first step to an apology. I love you, my friend. Well, thank you so much, Christian.
That's so
you
sweet.
Were missed, thank you for being here. And Jeffrey says, 2 Animals on Lap, part 2 of live stream triple feature. First time catching your stream. Just figured I'd say, hey, love your content. Rock on, brother. Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Jeffrey.
you.
Truly appreciate you. Well, we're trying to have 2 animals. There's one right here. You can see him.
That one's Bruce.
Yep.
And Thor is over that way, considering stepping onto the lap.
Yeah.
Has not fully committed.
He should be committed.
He is thinking about it.
Yeah, group hugs. Yeah. Scott's here. Thank you so much, Scott. It's like, I can't believe it. I was just looking forward to meeting Jen in person in the summer on the cruise to Alaska. Yeah.
I was lucky enough to meet her twice, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a very, very good soul.
Andy, love you too. Oh, let's see. Shantae Hannah, hello again. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for joining us. Sorry, it's a rough day, guys. Rough week.
Thank you, Beverly. Jennifer Lucas is here. My heart is broken for Jen. And moments ago, I was told my niece that I just held a shower for Saturday is being induced tonight. Now I'm so numb.
Well, hopefully induced for, the safety of everybody involved.
Yeah.
Hope that all that goes well. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Brian, he's a trooper for sure. And make sure to let him know that he's loved. If you have a way to get a hold of him, make sure you do. He's not a social media type person, but I'll make sure that as time goes on, he knows that this community is here for him as well.
Yeah.
I was trying to talk about like our BBB&E success thus far. We started Saturday.
Yeah.
And today's day 4. I mean, we've had I stopped and got her a Diet Coke from McDonald's.
I didn't even think to grab it.
Yeah.
I grabbed this because it was closer.
And I was gonna talk about how I was gonna make myself a coffee.
Yeah.
I've only had some bacon today. I haven't been all that hungry, but
so I'm doing beef, butter, chicken, and eggs.
Because bacon doesn't like her.
Doesn't like me.
Yeah.
And I need a little more variety than just beef, butter, and eggs. But I've not had terribly much chicken.
No.
So we're still doing it.
And Shauna says, my second trip to KPL, Jen was going to pick me up at the airport, and I wondered if I would mind if Brian picked me up because I hadn't met him. She was so sweet. I had a good time getting to know Brian. Brian is amazing. She was optimistic. She planned the Alaska cruise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome here. Welcome, Ken. Thank you and Stacy for being here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Shauna's talking. Let's see. She says, people I have met at keto events have become some of my dearest friends. They are stuck with me now. Well, I hope so.
I hope so.
You guys are stuck with me too. So, and she comes with me, and you got Shauna and Lynette and Sharon and Amy and Shelly King and everybody.
Package deal.
It's a package deal. You get all of us.
Yes, it's a package deal.
Yes. It's it's like was it Flourish and Bots every flavor beans?
Mm-hmm.
Even you get the bogey flavored ones too. Friends for life. That's right. I don't have the fancy camera, so I don't have a Apple thing. So if you do that, it doesn't go all hearts and stuff all over the screen.
It doesn't go hearts on the screen.
It doesn't. But if you have an Apple or whatever, it does. Yes, friends that become family, 100%. And Amy, she says, my life changed at KPL 24. Yeah, I'm so glad I got to meet Amy at KPL 24. And Shelly was there. So sad about the news as well. She was an amazing human. Yeah. Chris is here. Thank you for being here, Chris. Just had his live stream where he made something that I think you would really enjoy. He made waffles with chicken in it, and then he put like a ricotta mixture on top, and then his own homemade pesto on top of that.
Oh, that sounds good. I
like
pesto.
Yeah. Carrie says, I'm still here. I have a lot of windows open. I did some more troubleshooting with my old computer. It's happy with Windows and Linux. I can now dual boot. That's pretty good. See?
Nice.
You got this.
Good things do happen.
Yeah. So Shauna says, pain pill and muscle relaxer on board. Well, that's good.
Yes. Makes the evening slide nicely into night.
Yeah. Amy, 100,000%. I don't mean to sound sad, but it's been a rough week and it's only Tuesday.
Yes, agreed. It has been a rough week and
Yeah.
it is only Tuesday.
Kitchen Witch 1885 says, I'm newish here and I don't know who Jen was, but I can feel your loss and think that this was a wonderful tribute. And I had planned and even had it set up to try to have her on. Have done in the past was doing Saturday lives with guests, and I had set her up to be on there with me, and she was nervous, and then the cancer,
And then you couldn't
and
quite
then
coordinate.
we couldn't. I mean, and it just was. We were going to do that when she beat this, and I wish I would have got her on, because just having that conversation between the two of us for all of you would have been something that means a lot to me as well. You know,
Yeah.
you'll enjoy it here. Dustin is awesome.
Dustin is awesome. I agree. I concur.
Yes. Oh, let's see. Yeah, let's see. Beverly here. Hit the thumbs up and show your support and love. Thank you so very much.
Yes.
Yeah, people are excited that you're showing up here. Chandra, hi Chandra.
Hi, everybody.
What was that video that I sent you today? It was like, if you find that person who has 2 A's and ends in
Yeah. You know that the devil sent him for you. Yeah.
What are you gonna do? I accepted her anyway. It was COD, cash on delivery.
Was it?
Mail order bride.
No.
It wasn't. From down the street.
No.
Yep, she's here. She's just a little pokey.
It's a Tuesday.
Well, that's awesome. Sherry says that watching with my earbuds in because my son is playing his guitar. He's learning a lot from YouTube. There are so many awesome YouTuber guitar players out there. I'm a huge guitar fan, a huge guitar nerd.
Not a guitar teacher.
I am not a teacher of guitar. Not at all. And I understand that. But I enjoy guitar, and that was one of the cool things of like just hanging out with Chris and Ash last week. We talked gear and just talking about she was looking to size down her tour rig, and we were talking about things, and she's got this amp that she likes, and it's like offset, like it's got a Celestion speaker and it's offset, and she likes the way it sounds. And with modeling technology now, you can go in and model your amp so then you can take it with you without having to take something that's expensive and not really replaceable. There's a lot of those amps out there that you really like, you just can't get them again. And we were talking about all that and just kind of geeking out, and it was they've got guitars hanging all over their walls, and it's just a fantastic thing to be able to have somebody, have other things to talk about too, because I don't get to talk about that kind of stuff too often. Like Chris and I talk about,
because I don't know anything about guitars.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, and I was showing her like one of the guitars that I want one of these days. I mean, I don't think I'll ever buy it, but if we ever come into the money, I'd be,
if somebody just poops a big pile of cash on the floor right in front of you.
Yeah. And I was showing her that guitar. It's like a Charvel reverse headstock Fender Strat style,
Bruce is sitting on my hand.
Yeah.
I have no good spot to put
But it was really neat being able to talk with them and just have those conversations. And Chris and I talk about Resolve, and we talk about YouTube and analytics and all of that, and
and then you come home and I talk about medicine.
Oh goodness, yeah. And just I was telling them that, like, when I was down there, I was saying, like, when you and your nurse friends get together, I have to leave the room.
Yeah.
Because nurses, some of the most morbid people you'll ever want to talk to. When they get together,
we talk about disgusting and just awful, horrible things that nobody wants to discuss. So when we all get together, it's a something.
So I'm going to say this is like, a group of crows is a murder, a group of Karens is a complaint, and and a group of nurses is depressing. So
for you, we have fun.
Oh, I know.
But we all have a really sick sense of humor, and we all talk about horrible, horrible things.
But yeah, so share. I was going to say, share if he has any questions. Like if I have, depending on what type of music he's into, there's a lot of great YouTubers, and I watch a bunch of different ones. So reach out if you want, and I can give some suggestions depending on the type of music he's into.
Yeah.
Let's see. Carrie's got this. He says, "Did you hear the soup won the lottery? It became a billionaire."
I do like them dad jokes.
I do too. Shauna says, "I was able to text Brian and send love. A text feels so empty." That's so. I mean, and I feel this way too. Like when I was reaching out to people today, I was like, it is so bad to not call, but my inability to put words together out loud,
Yeah.
and keep it together. Texting is kind of a blessing. It's a blessing and a curse because one, you don't want to receive the text. You want, but like a phone call, you're not going to understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Jahil is here.
Mwah.
I'm glad you're here, Jahil. Thank you so much, buddy. He's like, got here late and I'm not 100% caught up, but hugs and hi, everybody. Thank you, sir.
We love you, Jahil. Thank you for coming.
Let's see. You said thanks. The price was good and all the eggs were gone in the store. So I did some ground meat and some chicken legs. And then after that, I will have an empty fridge with just water. Well,
maybe it's time for a water fast.
Yeah, that always could work too.
You never know.
Let's see. So Evelyn says, is this nasty sickness everywhere right now? Tomorrow will be my third day off because I'm not doing well. A friend told me we had 55 students out sick today. That's out of 270. Oh my goodness.
So there's something going around up here too. Our son's fiance, she was over here, when was that, Sunday night, and she was seemingly okay. Prior, she called and said, hey, she wasn't feeling so hot, but she thought she was, it was the time. Well, it wasn't the time. She stood up from the couch and didn't quite make it into the bathroom and painted the bathroom floor. And
she's like, I'm sorry.
And the poor thing, then she's had a fever with chills, and she's starting to get better, just as our other kid's spouse, son-in-law, he is getting sick. He had a fever of 101 today and got sent home from work and has been nauseated and dizzy.
Who was this?
Harley.
Oh, he got sent home again today?
Yeah, he got sent home from work today because they have apparently 2 pregnant women that work there, and his boss said, nope, you're not getting them sick. Get home.
Just stay near the trucks.
Get home. Go to sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep it off.
It just seems like, and then what, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, the girl came home.
It's just circular in our home.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you do. It just comes and gets everybody.
It's kind of like you're just kind of always on some level of it. Like you're either getting better or worse.
Yeah.
You're never quite 100%. I mean, I think it could be worse.
Yeah.
But like when you're dealing with a little person who doesn't wash their hands.
Oh God, for anything. And I tell her to wash her hands and I have to fight her. And then she'll wash them and like, ha ha ha, with her wet hands. Like, okay, now you've just touched 20 things with your supposed clean hands. They're not clean anymore. Wash them again. Let me get a towel, dry them off. Try not to touch anything gross in the next minute and a half. But there isn't much you can do about that. Children are disgusting.
They really are.
Adorable, but disgusting.
Chris is here. Hello, Chris.
Hello. Thank you for joining us.
Amy says, I remember meeting Shauna and Dustin in line for dinner. Shauna was passing out Dustin stickers and showing us her fancy glasses. Yes. And Chris says they're having taco guts for dinner tonight.
Nice.
Taco guts for dinner tonight.
I don't know. Are we having dinner tonight? I'm not hungry. You made food.
I made you food earlier. Yeah. I haven't eaten.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might eat after my other live stream and then regret it.
Why don't you eat between?
I might, if I have enough time.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. He's 18, probably in one ear and out the other. Yeah.
That's pretty normal.
That's like until they're 25.
Par for the course.
Mm-hmm.
And at 25, sometimes they still don't hear it.
Oh, Lynette says she got a beautiful package from Evelyn today. Well, that's beautiful.
Nice.
See, this is the best community ever.
Excuse me, I'm a little burpy tonight. Excuse me again.
I plan on getting Chris Cooking Nashville and get a waffle machine that makes lots of waffles to live off and see if I can afford all the ingredients. Yeah, I haven't got a chance. I need to look up and see what's in the mashed potatoes. I got excited for a minute today because I was like, I think his mashed potatoes are triple B&E. Okay, they're just eggs and like gelatin. But then I was like, oh wait, there's cheese in it. I'm like, I have to wait. But it's so good, I can't wait for you to try them.
Yeah.
I thought January was bad. February is like, hold my beer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. It
Yeah,
was
25's off to a rocky start.
It's really there are so many things I think we are all struggling with. And it's hard. And just make sure that you guys take time to breathe, to let it out, and to count the good things. You know, there's so much to be worried about, stressed about, angry about. You know, everybody has all the regular, the bills and all the regular life junk. Everything else that comes on just kind of sometimes hits you like a wave. So take the time, take a breath, take care of you.
And this is right on, like, so Chris says, with all the loss, because Chris lost somebody else today too.
Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier this morning, and then all the other stuff. And yeah, so Chris has been dealing with a good amount of stuff. And said, with all the loss today, I felt just go eat fast food. Sad feeling today. And for the first time in my life, I just said, no, my community deserves better. I was thinking about that too. Yeah. I was like, Jen wouldn't want us to do that. She wouldn't want us to go and just.
No. I mean, cupcakes always sound delicious, but no.
I did have a little bit of a rock star. So not just water and electrolytes but a little, I was like, I need the caffeine, just need to to power through because my brother's not feeling great. So I ran him some food and, but
I've got
long time no see.
Electrolytes.
Hey, dear, a brilliant, blessed News and more is here. Thank you for being here. She says, hey there, KetoSimple chat mods. Well, thank you for being here. Truly appreciate you very much.
Yes. Well, the cat has come back. He's deciding.
A little bit of a somber night tonight, but
yeah,
it's necessary. Jen's here, Jen Lucas. Jen was my honorary kid. We joked about me being her honorary mom. I sent her pics of her honorary curly-haired siblings. And Jen's kind of like an honorary mom for us too,
Yeah.
We've got so many amazing people, so many amazing women, and
the family just grows.
The family grows because I don't have
Stacy's honorary mom too.
Yeah, she's like honorary grandma. She says
she's the one who looks up all the things that we talk about.
It's true. It's true. We tell her not to, but she does anyway. But just so many amazing, wonderful people that are just there.
Yeah.
And
just good to have.
Yeah, Chris better have a steak. They had some good food tonight.
Yes.
Visual Ketos in the house. Good evening. Hello. And it's so sad about Miss Jen. Yeah.
Definitely.
Had a steak for lunch, said Shauna. My comfort food.
Hey, steak is definitely comfort food.
I'm glad to see you, Jackie.
Love
you,
the
boys
Jackie.
are trying to fight.
Yes, please don't fight on my lap.
Right.
That is not nice.
Shauna says, bought a steak yesterday before I knew I would get double bad news today about Friday. Yeah. Chris Bear says, I got my degree from YouTube University. Seriously, I don't have a degree. You know what? I mean, really, anymore, do you need a degree? I mean, okay. Now, depending on who you are, it's one of those things like, they used to funnel people through college. And not everybody gets the full, not everybody who goes to college gets the full benefit of going to college.
That's true.
Now, there are some benefits to college, like
there's a lot of things.
Well, the socialization and
there's a lot of things you can't do without a degree.
Right.
You can't do, you can't be an attorney without a degree. You can't be an accountant. I think there are accounting certificates you can get, but I don't think you can be a full-fledged like CPA
Yeah.
without it. So there are some things that it is 100% required for.
Wait, Shander's a model? Yes, an outdated one.
Yes. Quite.
She's from the 70s. I'm surprised she's not avocado green.
I did. Hey, you know what?
Everything I remember growing up.
If I get whatever the kids have, I might be avocado green.
I remember growing up and we had an avocado green
or that
washer.
funky orange.
We had a funky orange stand ashtray in the house. We had green, like avocado green shag carpeting.
Yeah.
And we had the avocado green washer. And then I think it was a memory from all those years ago. I want to say it was a white dryer. But I don't remember for sure. It could have been any color. I don't know.
I don't remember the colors of everything else, but I do remember we had the high pile brown shag carpet. And it was like a chocolate brown.
And then I remember we had all the 70s colors, 70s and 80s colors of the Tupperware. The yellow, the green, the orange.
That's just worth some money now.
I know. If I would have had it now,
Well, it's your fault for not having, future sight.
Shauna says, Chris Bear, I made KetoChow sausage balls again. Let my coworker try it. She turned around and ordered a starter pack of KetoChow. That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
Let's see. Chris says, yes, outside of the stuff, we actually don't think or talk about keto or carnivore stuff much at all. Yeah. That's awesome. Let's see. So he hasn't even made that recipe yet, said Chris.
Huh.
Okay, Chris is asking how far of a drive from our compound to the CCN campus. It's a 5-hour drive.
That's not terrible.
5.5, 6 hours if you stop at Buc-ee's.
Well, if you stop at Buc-ee's.
Well, yeah, I mean, Buc-ee's on the way. Just right down 65. It's not bad. I mean, it's not a far drive. And it was cool because, so this is how geeky I am when it comes to music.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was driving and I hopped on whatever road, I can't remember this, off of 65 to get to their house, and I passed the Grand Ole Opry. And I was like, it's right next to a strip mall.
Yeah.
I was like, I figured it'd be a little more like grand. You know what I mean?
Well, it's old.
Well, it's not that old. It used to be at the Ryman, which I've been to the Ryman Auditorium, and that's like there's pews in there. You know what I mean? It's a.
I mean, they put "old" in the name, so it's kind of old.
Yeah, it's pretty good though. No, it's not 7 hours. It's 5 hours to you, and then from Chris's house, from Chris's place to go to Dixon, it was less than an hour, and that was in rush hour traffic.
Mm-hmm.
So Dixon isn't that far because I was talking with Amanda Decker about all the stuff because we've got March 8th. We have a meetup March 8th in Columbus, Ohio for Hungry Heath, and then we have April 1st at Elkhart with me and Chandra. If you want to meet Chandra, get your behinds to Elkhart.
I'll actually be at something.
Yeah.
Yay!
She's excited.
I get to meet you people.
And Chris and Miriam will be there, and Joe and Rachel and Amy, I know for sure will be there. So everybody who's anybody is going to be there.
Everybody who's anybody.
I mean, unless you can't make it, then I'm so sorry for you, but you're still somebody. You are special. Balls. Sausage. I made sausage balls with maple waffle. That sounds amazing. Yeah, it's about 5 hours. Yeah. Jody, nurses have the best time. You two need a play date.
I'm telling you
Except she works during the week and you work on the weekends. So I don't know how we're going to facilitate that. We need to take her and her husband and teach them how to shop. Because I get on to him all the time. I'm like, you spend too much money. Don't look at me like that.
You spend too much money.
All right, that's it. That's garbage time for you.
He spends so much money. Like, he is a very, very expensive man to keep.
It's because I'm good looking.
He's very expensive.
I'm very good looking. You got to pay for all of this.
Expensive. Somebody shops and goes, well, I know I have like 3 packs of socks, but socks were on sale, so about 3 more. Yes, he does.
I like socks. I'm at the age where socks and underwear and undershirts are important. I never cared before. Now I like socks and underwear.
But I don't need to buy a new pack every time you go to the store.
I don't.
We have an egg cooker. He went to the store and bought another egg cooker.
This one cooks 12 eggs.
Ooh. We also have multiple pots you could just boil water in and put eggs in.
What are we, Neanderthals?
But now we have 2 egg cookers.
We can cook more eggs. Anyway.
Not impressed.
Of course not. Until I make you a bunch of eggs. You're like, thanks, babe.
I didn't say I won't say thanks for making eggs, but there was no sense in buying a second egg cooker.
Shauna says, I need to send Chandra my knife cut fingers 2 in 1 week. Cleaning same knife.
Oh my god.
She cuts herself too. That's
Okay.
why I don't let her in the kitchen anymore.
So 2 weekends ago, the kids came over and I was cutting something while we were talking. And I had like a steak knife, a serrated steak knife. And we're just talking and I'm just cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting. And then I go, ow. And I look down and it's healed now. But I had cut a significant right through my thumb. And this is the thumb that I don't think you guys can see.
Well, I thought you cut it with like the ninja blade at one point too.
Yeah, well, so this is a significant cut that I had on this thumb from a couple years ago when it was the Cuisinart blade I picked up accidentally when I was doing the dishes, and I sliced through deep enough. I probably should have gotten stitches, but being a nurse, we don't go to the doctor. And I had butterfly bandages. Actually, I sent him to buy butterfly bandages and I bandaged it back up. And I also did a stupid, which I should have known better than, was there was tissue sticking out and I cut it off instead of tucking it in. By the way, that hurts. Like I'll get out, but then you're numb. Like I still minimal feeling at best. Anyway, so I cut that same thumb and didn't realize until I was a good portion through it because the feeling is not great until I get deep. So it's already healed now, though. More butterfly bandages. I'll just have scars on both sides. But yeah, I am constantly injuring myself accidentally.
Chris says there's a lot to be said for stateless communication media that people can receive at any time and respond when they have the ability, as opposed to online stateful methods like a phone call.
That is true. But I do feel like the younger generations are losing the ability to communicate effectively in person and or over the phone. And
they refuse to talk on the phone.
It's really something that it only helps. It only helps with your mental status, with your job status, things like that. If you have the ability to communicate in person and or over the phone, that can only improve your situation. A lot of times texting doesn't help get rid of emotions. It doesn't help you work through problems. It's great, it's quick, but so much gets lost in a text.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have the ability to call somebody and talk through whatever it is that's going on, usually you're gonna, in my experience, you'll get a better outcome than text.
Mm-hmm. Nick Weiser, Mr. 32 Flavors, $2. Some capital.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nick. That's super appreciated.
We appreciate you, Nick.
Always.
And I'll see him later tonight.
Capital. We'll take it.
Oh, so there was something in here that let's see. Let me get back up here to where I was before.
They're the fingers. We talked about fingers.
Okay. Let's see. I've not been leaving the house 3 weeks post-op today and don't want to get sick. Yeah, that's a good plan.
Fair. If you do, you can still buy masks if you don't have any. And just
I found one in the dryer today.
Keep your distance from people who seem sick.
One of the indie ones. I don't even know where it came from.
Yeah.
It was just I was in the washer and dryer.
I don't know where, but they're nice to have.
Chris says, I have to say it again. Thank you, Chandra, for using the correct nauseated instead of nauseous.
You're very welcome.
If you got that wrong, I would have to take your nursing license away.
Would you?
I would. Revoked.
Fight you over.
I didn't even know. So explain to me the difference. Because I would probably
use you feel sick, you are nauseated.
Yeah. And then
A
how?
nauseous stimuli is something that makes you feel sick. Like if they wave smelling salts, that's a noxious. It's not nauseous. It's spelled differently. It's got an X in it, and I
Yeah.
can't think of how to spell it.
So nauseous isn't a real word?
It's proper to be nauseated.
Okay.
And there is nausea medication.
Okay.
But I feel nauseous is not really proper.
Because that's
grammar.
what I would say.
It's not proper grammar. I feel nauseated.
Look at
A
me.
noxious stimuli is something that makes you feel nauseated.
Is there anything proper about me?
I don't know of a context where nauseous is proper. I'm sure there's one, but I don't know it. Chris may be able to define that better.
Nerds.
Hey, I like nerding out. Nerding out's fun.
Yeah. Jahil says, I work with like 10 people and everyone has gotten sick like 1 or 2 per week. That's never happened. There's only one person that hasn't gotten sick yet. He keeps bragging about it. Then you go and you sneeze in his eye.
That's you, isn't it? Is it you?
Oh, who was I talking with Saturday? Was it Evelyn was saying that one of her students like sneezed or spit in her eye or in her face on purpose.
That's gross.
Yeah.
I am a klutz just in general, all the way across the board. And I have accidentally flung things at coworkers, bodily fluids of sorts from patients unintentionally. I accidentally popped a giant blister onto one of my coworkers' hands. I accidentally let go of a suction device and it splashed oral secretions onto somebody else, one of my coworkers. So I try so hard to not be klutzy at work, but sometimes it just happens and people get splashed. It's a thing.
You try so hard.
Well, and there's no gift that you can give to somebody that says, I promise I wasn't trying to get bodily fluids onto you. There's no apology and there's no gift you can give. Sorry, I think just isn't enough.
Jen says, every time she does a good job washing her hands, you put a nickel in the jar. Okay, bribery. Not for her. She doesn't care.
No, she really doesn't care. She doesn't care if you give her, I mean, she likes things, but she also doesn't care if she doesn't get things.
Yeah. Like
money doesn't really impact her.
No, I walked in the house the other day because the kids were here and I'd been to the store and she's in her playroom singing. And I walk by, I'm like, oh, you're such a good singer. She goes, yeah, I don't care about my singing.
She's an odd little bird.
Yeah. Shauna says, I think I had cream cheese and special SF jam, sugar-free jam a friend made me for dinner because I'm full now.
Nice.
Let's see. What's your other live stream channels? I think my husband would like that. I mean, it goes rough. Okay,
it's a little dirty.
It's raunchy.
It's a little dirty.
Yeah,
maybe a little dirty.
Yeah, it goes rough.
But
I will text you.
You can post it. I mean, if people choose to, they can go check it out.
It's
know it's raunchy.
It's tonight. It's Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and it's Toxic Tuesday on 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser.
Yes. Toxic Tuesday, 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser.
Yes.
On YouTube.
Plenty of potty mouth. So if you're not a fan
of potty mouth,
if you're not a fan of potty mouth, it's not a thing for you.
And
I let my hair down.
It's after hours.
It really is. It's really after dark. Let's see. The Hunger Heath road trip to Ohio in 31 days. I will be FaceTime available. Y'all better say hi. Nope.
You're such a dork.
Nobody puts Nicole in the corner or a jar. I needed that one.
Oh.
Whew, I needed that one so much. God, gotta love autocorrect.
Yeah.
Visual Keto. I think
I'm never ducking. Sorry.
I think we all have lost a number of friends and loved ones in the last 3 to 4 months, and it has really sucked. Praying for spring renewal.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to spring, but I'm not done with winter yet. Now, and I know that sounds weird. I'm not ready for it to be done. I'm not ready for it to stop being cold.
I am.
I'm not.
I'm
I
over
need
it.
a little bit of cold left. I'm not ready to start mowing the grass.
I'm over cold, but I'm ready for peaceful seas. Easiness for a little bit.
Don't ever Google anything Dustin and Shannon are talking about. That's
Yes.
wise
Okay.
words.
So we were joking earlier that you're doing triple B&E
Mhm.
and I'm doing BBC
And E.
and E. And don't Google BBC.
No.
Don't do it. It's hilarious. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Speaking of that,
Stacy, don't do it.
Stacy's here. Anyway, that was hilarious because it just sort of fell out of her mouth, and I'm like,
Because I'm doing beef, butter, chicken, and eggs, and so BBC and E, and it just it was great. It was wonderful.
Mhm.
Don't Google it, but it
Yeah.
was wonderful. It was hilarious.
Jennifer says, "My mom appreciates your bald head. She knows who is here." It was
It's
nice.
very smooth.
It was
today.
smooth today. Yeah, I shaved it this afternoon.
Yeah.
We all know Chris is certifiable. Your mom goes to college. You gonna? Can I have some of your tots?
All right, you.
You know what? You know what that's from?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good movie, and I don't care who you are. That's a good movie.
I don't care who you are. That's funny right there.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm a little burpy.
You know it. Yeah, better than Verpy.
I verped earlier today. That was not fun. I did not enjoy it.
Sure, beat me and tell me that you love me.
You don't have to tell everybody how you like it, Stace.
Wow.
Sorry. We do love you.
Talk about
I'm
a change
sorry.
of direction.
I'm sorry. You set it up. You set that one up. I couldn't help it.
Amy says the original bathtub in her house was avocado green.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember just everything was green and yellow and just like
brown
and orange.
Yeah. So my charge nurse fell in her driveway and broke one wrist and sprained the other. And she'd come into work and she was sitting there and she was talking with one of the other nurses and she said, the other nurse said, did they scan your head? And she said, no, I didn't hit my head. I landed on my butt. And I said, all the better for them to scan your head because we know your brain's in your ass. And we all just laughed so hard. And I was like, I'm sorry, but you set yourself up for that. I very rarely get zingers. And there's two zingers in the month. I think I've met my quota.
You can just go back to being disappointed with my jokes.
Yes, that's what it is. Back to
Jennifer says we've gone from full curriculum college for all to trade school to a full-time job to a gig society. I think really, I mean, if you think about the transformation, we went from everybody having to work on a farm to survive to then having the ability for everybody, because most of the time people didn't go to school. I mean, you went to school to the 5th grade, 6th grade.
Or 2nd, 3rd, depending.
I mean, if you went to school and
one room schoolhouse, you were there until you aged out.
Unless your parents needed you to do whatever. And then, like tractors, and then the whole thing with the Industrial Revolution created a lot of factory jobs, and then those made way for manufacturing jobs to office jobs to a lot of that stuff might be going away. And then you never know, we may not be having drivers to drive anymore. Just things change, things evolve, and it's not always a negative. And we have to find the positive in things that change.
Yeah.
And I try to find the positive in the future because there's a lot of negative doom and gloom. And I try to find some of the positives out there because I'm trying to
otherwise it's really hard to breathe.
Yeah.
Everything gets so heavy.
Gotta have dial a nap. Well, we live in Nap. Okay. We live in Nap Town.
We do live in Nap Town.
And they call India Napolis
Nap
Town. On your vacuum to allow those shag carpets.
Yes. Yes.
All right, there was just stuff if we got in the carpet, you're never getting it out.
Yeah. It just lived there.
And like we had that carpet, I don't know, we ripped it up when I was in middle school. And it
So
had been there from the 70s. Like I think they put it in 77. And I was in middle school in 91.
I feel like that's about the time that ours got pulled because my mom decided since we were older, she was going to get white carpet, which, if you have children, doesn't matter how old they are, white carpets are a mistake. They are a mistake. But so she put white carpeting through all of the carpeted areas in the house. Otherwise, most of the house was tile. But I remember the brown shag carpet, and it was so warm and toasty on your feet. And when I was in high school, part of my room still had it, and it was just lovely, like cuddly, nice carpet to be on. And then you walked on the white carpet, and it was like that tight, short pile, the real like Berber style carpeting where it's really tightly woven. And it was just like
office carpet.
Yeah, it was like walking on concrete. I was like, oh, this isn't any better.
Let's see. Everyone said they had avocado green went so well with the baby poop yellow and orange. Yeah.
Yes.
Visual Keto said we totally had the orange ashtrays and lamps. And I remember we had like that. We had the couches for a long time. It was like it was that like really abrasive suede type, but it was like I don't know, like if you moved across, like
is that, velvet?
It was like velvet, and like, but like if you moved too fast, you'd get rug burn, like real bad. Like you could like strike a match on it.
The couches that were the white and brown, it had like the wagon wheel design.
Kinda, yeah. Well, they were like brown and they had that real heavy wood accents. Like you couldn't get a good nap on those things. You'd knock yourself out.
No.
Nancy says, "Hello, everyone. Sorry for your loss. You have a good friend, Jen. I never personally met her, but wanted to. Prayers for the family and friends. But thank you so much, Nancy.
Thank you so much, Nancy. Thank you for coming. Thank you for that.
You described my childhood home.
We didn't have those couches in my home, but my ex-husband, we had a time where that was affordable furniture, and that was what we had.
Chris says 5 hours is too long for April. We'll have to visit Chris and Ash some other time. Well, yeah, do it. They'll feed you. They'll feed you good. It's delicious
Put
food.
in your order ahead of time.
Yeah, just call ahead. Just call ahead. Put your order in ahead. I'm like, we'll be there in a week. Jeffrey says he misses Buc-ee's. They're expanding. I mean, they're coming closer and closer to us. Like, I think right now, like there's one 3.5 hours away, or two that are about 3.5 hours away in Kentucky, two different spots in Kentucky. But they're building one in Dayton, which would be about 2 hours from us.
Are they ever going to get one here in Indy?
I don't know. Maybe. I think they were
kind of always last to the party.
That's okay. Let's see. These last two lives in a row have been good for my heart. Well, for very much so.
Yeah.
Very much needed. Let's see. Chris, let's see. He's bragging and dancing around, showing off his robust immune system in our faces. He's probably next. Yeah.
Timmy, knock it off.
Let's see. I got one up from Lynette. We lived in a double wide trailer for the first few years of my life. Oh, the pictures.
I bet it had that nice wallpaper. That 70s wallpaper that kind of clashed with the 70s couch and the shag carpet.
You say Don and Mike are coming to the April 1st meetup?
Ooh.
I'm excited to see them. Amy says, we drove through Nashville on our way to New Orleans. It's 8 hours from us to Nashville. Yeah, but you're 2.5 hours north of me, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yay, I get to meet Chandra.
Ooh, I'll be there.
Tuesday, April 1st. That's correct. I was talking with Miriam and we were planning this out, and if we didn't do it, it was either like a Sunday or a Tuesday.
It's April Fool's Day.
I know. Are you really going?
Yes.
Like, April Fools, we're not here. April Fools, there's no meetup.
I mean, knock on wood, all goes well.
Yes.
And we should be there.
And Miriam and I were talking, and it was like either a Sunday or a Tuesday. And I was like, well, if we do it on a Sunday, Chandra can't come.
True.
And if we do it on a Monday or Tuesday, Chandra can come.
Yes. So we'll have to pre-plan about the small monster. Figure out what to do with that one.
Brenda can't make it to April 1st, but she'll be in Columbus. I'll be there.
Nice.
I'll be there. Let's see. We live in a single wide trailer with a pop out and an antenna on the roof with a rope attached to move if it was 2.5 channels.
Nice. I still remember being the youngest, so I was told I was the one to get up and move the antennas on the TV. Go move the antenna.
Yeah.
Go change the channel.
Amy
Go
says,
move the antenna.
remind her to request off or work early for 4/1. Hey, request off early on 4/1.
Don't forget.
Yeah, don't forget. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to get through here. Let's see. Miriam's making eggs and onions right now. I forgot to turn on the vent hood. We're running real low on time.
Oh,
So
you had a thing.
I know there's another Sherry Regan. Thank you so much. Hugs and thanks for being awesome.
Thank you so much.
for being
that
awesome.
Is so nice.
Thank you so very much. We
really
appreciate you very much. I'm just trying to catch through these real quick here.
Yeah, because we got to get hustling.
Yeah.
Do the hustle.
Scars are cool. Everybody knows this. If I'm missing yours, my apologies. I'm just trying to get through these. Let's see. Yeah, phone call thing is hilariously terrible. There's such a rift between generations. Then you have 80-year-olds who are happy to talk for 4 hours to a scammer from India. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like talking on the phone, and I have a friend who calls me a couple times a week, and we'll talk on the phone, and then
he'll talk for hours.
And then, it's like I would talk to my grandmother on the phone. My mom would talk on the phone. My mom was one of those people that just would talk on the phone. Like she would just pick up the phone. Her friends would talk for hours. Like I remember listening to my mom, and she would tell stories from her life.
Oh.
So I would just sit and listen. She'd tell all these stories, and I would just listen.
That's me and my friends and my family. We just get on the phone and just talk. Reminisce and just BS for hours or so.
Kicked out, my channel disappeared. I'm sorry, Shauna. But you can go back in and the replay will help you. Let's see.
Sorry, Shauna. I'm blaming him.
If you make people nauseated, you are nauseous, etc. Learn this from Big Bang Theory.
Well,
Penny.
I don't know. I don't know all the grammar. I know a lot of the grammar, but nauseated I know is correct when you were speaking about how you feel. You feel nauseated.
Mm-hmm. This is no joke. Chandra would win the gross you out game every single time. Yeah. I mean,
let me just say that the very first thing that sold me on being a nurse would make most people vomit. The very first thing I did where I went, this is exactly where I need to be. Most people would vomit. And I thought it was awesome.
Just one of those things like, was that you meant by disgusting conversations nurses have? It's just death.
Well, okay, now I work in ICU.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of death. I do discuss death often. It's not uncommon for 3 to 5 patients to die on an ICU every week.
Yeah.
So there's often a lot of death now, but there's also gross. I mean, there's also gross. There are bodily fluids. There are things that need packed, that just gross. And I am pretty cool with gross. The only things I don't do are eyeballs and bugs. Everything else, sure, we'll figure it out.
British Broadcasting Company.
Yes. Exactly.
Matt Franklin's here. Thank you for being here, Matt.
Hi, Matt. Thanks for joining.
I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anybody.
Sorry, we're kind of buzzing through all these things.
Chris is running upstairs. I'll be Bach.
Will you?
Well, I'll be Beethoven. You bet you be Wagner?
Sure.
All right. We had a 21-year-old in our high school graduating class. She failed her senior year 4 times. Finally graduated because she could buy beer for everyone.
Nice. Some people just aren't made for school.
Cindy, we love you, Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
Speaking of moms, there's Cindy.
We got another one.
Yep. Oh, let's see. Booger Green 78 Chevy Malibu. First car. And I'm back, says Chris. Wood paneling. Sean's here. Welcome, Sean.
Thanks for being here.
He says, does anybody else remember the static you would get walking across the shag carpet?
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
My brother was the worst. He would purposefully go across that shag carpet and come right up to you and go, boom, right on your neck. Every time. Freaking
Oh, my goodness. Yesterday morning, the girl gets here with mommy. And I'm upstairs. Came down here and got milk, unlocked the doors and everything, and was ready for her to come up to our room. She comes upstairs and hides and goes, boo, to her mommy. And her mommy would you think that Freddy Krueger jumped out
I'm
at her.
surprised she did not poop the floor. Like she screamed
And then was in
like
tears.
Somebody jumped out with a knife to kill her. It was insane.
Why would you do that? And I'm trying not to hyperventilate because it was so funny to me.
And
I understood that she was upset.
Mommy was in tears and hyperventilating and trying to calm herself down. And little one, she was all in tears because she was like, I didn't mean to hurt her feelings and scare her. And it was an interesting morning.
Inflatable stores. And he was saying inflatable Buc-ee's. Thank you for being here, Chris.
Yes.
Meat Life is Chris. Nikhil says, I missed you too last week. I looked out the window into the darkness of night, softly screaming, Chandra, Dustin. It was very dramatic.
But did you do it through a window that was raining? It was raining.
I was in Dixon, Tennessee. Small town. It was fun.
I was here having a bad week.
Yes. And we'll talk about that next week. Yeah. Initially, the good, the bad. The bad was something we didn't even touch on tonight. I mean, it kind of worked itself out, unfortunately. But the bad we'll talk about next week.
It was a different bad.
Different bad. Let's see. The first rule is never go up against a nurse when grossing you out is on the line. I mean, I can go to toe-to-toe.
Second rule is make sure you can stomach the conversation before you sit down to eat.
Jackie says, I always spell nauseated because it's easier to spell than nauseous.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. That's it. Let's see. I think that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for being here. It truly means the world to us. Thank you for everybody with super chats, the kind words. We're here to support each other.
We love you all. Remember to take time to take care of yourself. Take those deep breaths. Think about the good. Do what you can. For those of you who would like to leave a message, for Brian, if you don't have a way of getting a hold of him, you can put it here in this chat.
Or you can reach out to me directly. You can get me on Instagram or text me or whatever.
We can make sure that we pass along the message and get it to him.
And sit tight, because this will auto-direct you over to KetoChow's Live, which starts in 3 minutes. So right after our outro with all the credits. Thank you for all of our members. You're all listed there.
Yes.
We love you. We love you, Jen, and we will miss you. And we'll see you next time. Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.